Bam. Sorry for the delay or whatever. But so without further ado, man, just to catch y'all up, man, it's your boy Waller the One. This is the TSA channel, the socially awkward, and the purpose of this channel is to give you some tools you can use so you don't be abused or no longer fooled. And it's to show you that you're not alone, and it's to help equip you so you can be ready for the world. Now, we're gonna be doing this process step by step. You know what I mean? It's in a process that makes sense to me. It might not make sense to everybody, but it makes sense to me. So, with that being said, we're gonna jump right into it. I was supposed to drop this last Wednesday, but I'm dropping it today. I will try my best not to miss anymore. It's been very fucking busy. It's been very busy. But busy is good. All right. Without further ado, I'm gonna jump right into it. Make sure my mic up. Okay. So bam. TSA public announcement. For all you that are not familiar with what TSA stands for, TSA stands for the socially awkward. Um, so last week I dropped a tidbit about what the fuck did I tell you? One sec. Um oh yeah, chakras. I'm blocking the chakras, right? Yeah, get my mic right. Okay, so I'm blocking the chakras. Um, if you followed it, hopefully it helped you. I know it helped me, and a couple other people that I shared this information with, which is the only reason why I shared it with y'all, because I didn't know if it was just some personalized shit that maybe my mind believed it. But after seeing it work with everybody that I shared it with that was open minded to it, um, I came to the conclusion that it's real. So I shared it with y'all guys. So what I'm gonna attempt to do is um draw the little process, the process that I went through, and I'm still going through it, um, step by step, right? And I'm gonna try to explain it the best of my ability, and I'm gonna share all the resources where I got the information from, how I applied it, why I applied it, and how it worked for me, right? So, bam, let's jump into it. The next step I would recommend. I'm not a doctor or none of that shit. I don't have no PhDs or nothing. I just did some self research. I did some research, and followed a lot of guys that was doing some awesome research. So, bam, um, this next step, jumping into it, because I don't want to waste too much of your time. I know how this can be. It's busy lives, right? Um, so bam, for the socially awkward, my socially awkward gang. The next step that I would recommend is to start getting centered, right? Because you go through the stages of having your chakras blocked. So if you haven't blocked at 7 years old, or you had your first chakra block, that means you uh whatever age limit that was to up to where you at now, you haven't really developed yourself, and you kind of got out of touch with your true self, right? If it happened that it usually happen for people in teenage years, right? So a lot of people had at 7 years, they can always go draw back on some good memories from 1 to 7, right? Some rare occasions you can't. Um, so with all this happening, um, you kind of start attaching yourself to different identities because you don't know who your true self is. That's why you always feel empty, right? This is my breakdown, right? I observed life too, right? So we all teachers. So bam, what's happening is, from my understanding, your chakras are blocked, right? And that's like you can't advance because you didn't heal from that. So once you heal that, and so a lot of motherfuckers are in their mid 30s and shit. So it's like, how long have you truly been going living with this trauma unhealed and being this hurt person? Um, you have to know that through that process, you've lost some of you, right? Because now you're so worried about the judgmental, being judged for a failure, being judged on this, being judged on that, and people are literally controlling your fucking life because every move you make is to please people or to not disappoint somebody, right? So you lose your true self because your true self is going to disappoint some people at some time. It just is what it is. You're not going to agree with everything that everybody has going on, and everybody's not going to agree with everything you have going on. So this next one is to get you back to that true essence of yourself. I did this meditation. I do this meditation every day. It's called Jose Silva meditation. Jose Silva meditation. Simple. You can go on YouTube and Google this one. It's 17 minutes. It has a picture of Jose Silva. I recommend that you start there. And this is going to help you get centered. It'll bring you back to your true self. Now that you got all those blockages out, hopefully, if you follow step one, this is step two. If you follow step one, you got all those blockages out and you've cleared your chakras up, you should be feeling a little bit better about yourself. Your memory should start coming back. Like you should start remembering some shit that you tried to what do you call that word? Fuck. That you tried to store away. You know what the fuck, the sophisticated word, but anyway. Anyway, I got some shit to take care of, and I don't want to dart out without touching on everything and giving the firm understanding. So what happens with the Jose Silva meditation is they have an alpha beat. You know, we're all frequencies, right? So the alpha frequency is like a and it helps your mind and in your soul, because we're all frequencies and energy. So it helps your frequency it helps you get to a frequency of I guess we can say alpha. We'll say alpha state, right? Which is like a dominant state, right? Which is like God, right? Um, okay. So bam, before I get lost, you get in this state, and then you're able to impress your subconscious with who you want to become and what you want to have, what you want to acquire, accomplish. Because we're all just consciousness. We're all just imagination. At the end of it all, what you get in your outer world is what you imagine. Some people have some limited imagination. Some people have some broad imaginations. It just it is what it is. That's an individualized thing. But back to my point. So bam, you go in and tap in, and you do this little countdown thing, the 3-2-1 method, right? It's a three. Yeah, you do 3-2-1. You visualize three times. Take a deep breath. While you're exhaling, you visualize three times. You do two, and then you do one. Once you get in each one of these levels, level three is for the body to relax. Level two is for the mind to relax. And level one is when you're in touch with infinite intelligence, God, Allah, or whatever you want to call. You're in touch with that essence of the creator, right? And trust me, it's like it's a very warm embrace. Is what I felt after completing it my first time. After that, after my first time, a couple of fears started trying to project themselves. There was some crazy movie shit like, and I like watching scary movies. So a lot of that shit was playing back as I'm trying to meditate. It was like it was crazy shit. It was kind of like the shit was trying to in my mind was saying like I was in one of the movies type shit, and it's like they were trying to distract me from tapping into my true essence. And we all had that little sabotagers in her. And I didn't understand that shit. I'm like, why the fuck do I keep seeing like Freddy Krueger trying to slice my neck while I'm trying to go into fucking meditation or whatever? And that's that sabotage in you. That's what a battle is. That's the battle of principalities and spirits and principalities, right? And that's the toxic part of me. That's the part of me that my lower self. So wrestled with that a couple of times, faced the fears, like this shit ain't gonna happen. And ultimately overcame it for the majority of it, for the most part. It still try to pop up every now and then. So don't let that scare you. If you have that situation like me, I'm not an expert at this and nothing. But okay, back into the story. So 3-2-1. Once you get into one, that's when you start impressing your mind with what you want to be, who you want to become, and you start finding your true self, things that you really like, things that you don't like, gifts, talents that you have, but you start tapping on all that. And then you start having these flashes of who you really are when life was good before all of the trauma hit you. You know what I mean? So Jose Silva meditation method. That man was a genius, and I can't even begin to think of how tedious this work must have been. So it's an honor for me to share this with y'all. I hope y'all use it and put it inside of your arsenal. You know, inside this battle of a life that we have to go through. So till next time, man. Y'all stay tall, man. Uh, it's been a journey, man. And y'all keep pushing, man.